Kanaya and welcome to my project presentation. So today I will talk about two materials which are software and hardware. While I was making this presentation, I realized that there are many parts of our computer that we use every day, but we don't know what is the inside of our computer. Why our computer can do this and that, why our computer can do something that way. Well, these two materials is very insightful for me, and I hope it can be insightful and expand your knowledge too. Now let's get started to the first material, software. Do you know what is a software? Software is a set of instructions or commands that are created and added in our computer, so our computer can operate according to its function. Usually, we can find software in the forms of programs and applications. Without realizing it, we use software every day, whether on our phone or our laptop. The example is when we communicate with our friends, then we use WhatsApp. Or when we are bored, then we scroll TikTok. And much more applications and programs we use every day. And according to the function, software can be divided into several types, such as operating system and application software. So what is operating system? Operating system is software that is used to activate all the devices installed on the computer so they can communicate with each other. Operating system is usually seen when we first turn on our device. Like when I turn on my phone, I see the word Android. Then the operating system my phone uses is Android. This is the more example of operating system. Windows, Linux, Android just like my phone, and Macintosh or macOS, which is used on Apple's product. And then the next category is application software. So what is application software? So application software is a software that is used to perform more specific daily human activities, for example, to create documents or to edit photos. Application software can be classified into several categories, which are word processing, just like Microsoft Word and Google Documents, and the second one, number processing, just like Microsoft Excel and Google Spreadsheet. Both of them usually used to do our school and college assignment. And then the next categories of application software are data processing, just like Microsoft Access and Foxbase. Maybe you feel unfamiliar with this one. It's rarely used in general, but information system students like me and my friend should be familiar with it. The next one is presentation application, just like Microsoft PowerPoint and Canva, where I made this slide. And the next one is multimedia application. Multimedia application divided into several types, such as photo editing, like Adobe Photoshop, and video editing, like CapCut. And the next one is games application. Talking about games, there is so much that can be mentioned, but here I will mention just two games, which are PoW, that I like, and Mobile Legends, which is the most popular games. And then the next categories of application software is communication and internet application. This is the application that we use the most, from keeping in touch with friends until sharing our daily life. We always use WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram, and Twitter or X. And the last one is utility application. The example is antivirus like McAfee, file management like 7-Zip, and task manager. And that's the end of part 1, which talked about software, operating system, and software application. Now, let's continue to the next part, hardware. Do you know what hardware is? So hardware is a physical part of the computer that can be seen, touched, or held by us. The main function of hardware is to supporting the work of the computer, so it can receive data, process data, store data, and provide the result to the user. Hardware consists of several components. The first one is input device. The example of input device are keyboard that we use to type, mouse that we use to point, joystick that we use for gaming, camera that we use to take some cute moment, microphone that we use to sing, and scanner. The next component is processor device. What is processor device? Processor device is tool where program instructions are executed to process data that has been entered through the input device and the results will be displayed on the output device. In general, the processing tool is summarized in the Central Processing Unit or CPU. This is the picture of a CPU. In the CPU, the processing tool can be explained as follows. So in the inside of CPU, it consists of much component like this. And the name of this component is motherboard. The main function of motherboard is to connect input device, storage device, and output device. The component processor is used to control the system, determine when data transmissions occurs, perform arithmetic operation, and perform logical operations. So the processor is the brain of a computer. And then the component's random access memory or RAM is a temporary memory. It stores data that the computer is using right now, like open application or active files. Everything in RAM disappears when we turn off the computer. And then the read-only memory or ROM is a permanent memory, which means it keeps the data even when the computer is turned off. It's usually used to store important instructions needed when the computer starts up. The next component is video graphic adapter or VGA card. The main function of VGA card is to process the display or output on the monitor screen. And then the sound card component used to process sound so that the output can be heard. And then modem is to converting analog signals to digital data and vice versa to enable internet connectivity. And then power supply components used to flow electric current to each CPU devices. And floppy drive component is used to reading and processing storage devices. And then the next type of hardware is storage device. Storage device used to save the input results. The example of storage devices is first hard disk. Hard disk has a large capacity and the location is inside of the computer. And this is the picture of hard disk. And the next storage device is flash disk. Flash disk has a medium capacity which is larger than hard disk, but flash disk is easy to carry anywhere, just like I have here. And then the next storage device is compact disc or CD and digital video disc or DVD. This has the smallest capacity between all of the storage device examples, and they can only be read by CD or DVD. The picture of CD and DVD is like this, and this can only be read by this. And then the last type of hardware is output devices. Output device used to display the result of data processing by a computer. The example of output device is monitor that is used to display image or video or text, just like monitor we have on our laptop. And the second example is printer. Printer used to convert our digital data to physical forms. And the next example is headset. headset display voice just like when we listen to music. The sound of music is an output. And then the next example is projector and speaker. In conclusion, our computer wouldn't be able to function without both software and hardware. They work together as a team to make sure everything runs the way it's supposed to be. Thank you for staying until the end and see you in my next project presentation.